UFC 313 finished just a few minutes ago. We saw Magomed Ankalaev shock the world to become the light heavyweight champion of the world. We're reacting to it this time on Fighting with Friends. UFC 313 finished just a few minutes ago, and we saw Magomed Ankalaev become the undisputed heavyweight champion, light heavyweight champion of the world. You'll have to excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I am a little bit tired. And by the way, welcome back to Fighting with Friends, the undisputed African fighting podcast champion of the world. With me, as always, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning defending undisputed vegan champion of the world, Brother Gaia.
What's up?
Also with us today, ladies and gentlemen, the CPS FWF BMF champion of the world, only professional record now, 30-0. It's Nazim Al Nino, aka Bab.
Yes,
What's going on, boys? Yeah, so like I said, sorry, boys, I am just kind of feeling it, the effects of two back-to-back streams in the early hours of the morning this weekend. I am kind of feeling it a little bit. But the truth is that we are, boys. It is UFC 313, and as always, we start
at the top of the card.
at the top of the card. We saw our boy Magomed Ankalaev get it done and say, "No, Chama, it's Ankalaev time." PG, what can you tell us here, bro?
Yeah, dude, like I said, it was in my parlay. I said Ankalaev's going to win this fight by decision. And the reason why I said that, I felt that he was the more well-rounded fighter between the two of them in terms of the unpacking MMA. Alex Pereira, we know, knockout power, quick grappling defense, establishes distance really well. But Ankalaev can switch it up. He can wrestle with you. He can strike with you. He can take it into the fight into avenues that will look good in the eyes of the judges. And I think he did exactly that. He lost the first round. Alex was piecing up that leg kick. It was chopping to the front leg, which was a side leg. Chopped out that calf. You could see Ankalaev was struggling to stand on it. But he made good adjustments. I was screaming in the stream for him to turn the hip, open up that leg, and check the kick. And he started to do more of that. He was moving his leg out of the way. And immediately when Alex couldn't land those leg kicks as often, I mean, he landed 43 of them, which is a lot. But a lot of it was also being checked and being counted by Ankalaev, because what he would do is he would either check it or he would throw a left straight or right hand over Alex's left hand, and would force the fight to happen and not just take those low kicks. Lost the first round, nearly dropped Alex in the second round for left uppercut. Looked fabulous in that second round. Basically took the fight to his advantage, and then kind of followed up with the same tactic in the third round, but it was very close. The third round was, even though I think Ankalaev won that third round, just slightly edged it for me, but it was super competitive nonetheless. Alex made the fight competitive in the third round. Round four, more of the same thing was happening. Magomed was pushing Alex backwards, making him fight off the back foot, using the teep a lot more often now into the late stages of the fight, which is fabulous. It kept Alex at bay, and also he didn't like it most of the time. There were exchanges on high kicks here and there, but again in that round, I think Ankalaev just slightly edged it for me. In round four, this is where I think it was a bit close, just a lot like the third round. Round five, sorry, a lot like the third round. Very close, could have gone either way. I think Alex Pereira threw a very good combination from a low kick into a high kick, rocked out Magomed. Magomed obviously wasn't, from that point, was just very much defensive more than survived the fight. I've been getting some chats on WhatsApp saying that the fight wasn't that entertaining, it was a little bit boring, didn't live up to the hype. I don't know if you guys share the same sentiment, but I personally feel like the fight was amazing. I thought the fight was quite competitive from both gentlemen. Even though one judge scored it 4-1 for Ankalaev, I would have gone 3-2 instead of 4-1. But regardless, I still favored to Magomed Ankalaev. He did exactly what he needed to do, and he not exposed Pereira, but he showcased that what all other fighters have fallen short at is you actually need to go in there and make him fight with the back foot, back him up, maybe wrestle with him, throw out that gas tank, as Babu was saying, throw out the fight. When you're in the clinch there, you force him to fight in that position, which means he can't strike you. So you're gonna have to make him tired that way. And yeah, if you use the entire tool set of MMA, you can actually beat a fighter like Alex Pereira. And I've been crying about those kick kicks for as long as he's been in the UFC. Finally, someone used it And look what it did. It set up all the other strikes for Ankalaev. Set up his hands. It set up his entries. It made him actually dictate a little bit of the pace more than Alex did. And yeah, I think we're going to see a rematch, but we have to give props and flowers for Ankalaev for now.
Yeah, definitely, BG. I think it was a fantastic performance from our side. I can see the call 4-1. To be honest, I said 3-2 at best for Alex. 4-1,
Yeah,
possibly.
indeed so.
But yeah, Babu, from your side, bruh, I know you were chanting a different song on the live stream a few minutes ago. So tell us
Now,
how you feel, bro. Tell us how you
I
really feel.
was I was there in the camp of 3-2, I guess. I thought from watching the fight, I thought I thought the third round was the close round. The third and the fifth were the close rounds. In the third, my argument
Yeah,
for Alex to win that fight or to win that round is he outlanded on significant strikes. Ankalaev in that round, and then um, in the fifth, I think that was also a close round where both fighters were pushed forward and the other fighter was fighting backwards. I think Ankalaev started off the fifth very well, but then Alex finished the fifth well, and then like there's no question about the second and the fourth going to Ankalaev, and then the first going to Alex. It's just that third and fourth round where I'm like, I could see it scored either way. Um, yeah, and I something that I didn't expect is, I guess the clinch work from Ankalaev. Like he did beautiful clinch work. He shot for the takedowns. Alex stuffed him, but then in that clinches, Ankalaev did work, landing good body work, and then landing a couple of shots to the head, a couple of pops of the knees. Um, and yeah, Alex just seemed to get bullied in those clinches. Like I was shouting in the fourth, like that man looks stuck, but his back literally seemed glued to the cage, bro. Man could
yeah,
not go nowhere. Didn't know how to reverse. Didn't know how to really disengage. And Uncle Life was just there doing work. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, solid performance from Uncle Life. Um, I think most people
Yes.
thought he was a wrestler, but he's more stand up than wrestling, and he did beautiful. Um, he leveled up his clinch game and he showed like how you can beat Alex in the clinch. You just have to threaten in the wrestling. You don't have to wrestle with him. But if you can get him backed up against the cage and do work against him in those clinches, he does seem a bit weaker. And you just need to avoid or push through those leg kicks because like BG said, once Alex like did stop landing the leg kicks, it was a bit harder to for him to set up anything. And then yeah, from Alex's perspective, it was I guess just a poor showing. Um, I was shouting the whole time like to put your foot on the gas, like land combinations. I understand in the first round you were able to pick him apart, but then in the second, third, fourth round, like you were having no real success in that picking like string combinations together because we saw
Yeah.
flashes of combinations and it landed and you just never went back to it. But yeah, overall good performance. Shout out to Uncle Live getting it done during the month of Ramadan. Champion, champion mindset, champion mentality.
Nicely done, Babu.
Ye-
And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comments your thoughts on what happened here. I have to just make an announcement, boys. We have officially hit 1,050 subscribers. Thank you very much for the support. And boys, as you can see, all the hard work this weekend has been worth it. I think we can officially call it a success now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, getting back to the fight, BG, any final thoughts on the championship fight before we move?
Yeah, I did think it was strange that Alex didn't really go back to like Bible saying those combinations with the hands. It looked like we say in the past, he sets up a lot of his combinations of those calf kicks, which kind of like neutralizes or immobilizes his opponents, which then allows him to throw those hands. Because Alex doesn't throw combinations the same way Magomed throws, which is straight punches. It usually comes from the wider stances. And one thing I noticed is because Magomed was fighting out of a southpaw stance, Alex had to throw a calf kick from his front leg, which is not going to be the same kind of velocity or speed and comfortability as he does when he throws it from the back leg, which changes the way he fights completely. And I think that's probably what we would see why he was a little bit hesitant. And also Magomed's movement was backing him up the whole time, and it forced him to fight retreating. Yet retreat, and it's like he couldn't strike going forward. And I think that's what changed the dynamic for Alex majority, because Magomed found a way to actually move around those calf kicks. Changes the whole game. But yeah, massive main event for me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a very entertaining fight, and once again, big congratulations to Magomed Ankalaev. So boys, are we all in agreement that it's an immediate rematch? That we're going to see an immediate rematch, whether or not we agree with it, but can we agree that we all think that is the most likely outcome here?
Not sure
Anybody?
actually.
Yeah. What are you
I'm not
thinking
sure
about?
about
I'm not sure if Alex wants the rematch. If Alex wants the rematch, he gets us the rematch. Um, yeah, I don't know if he wants to get the fight back, then run it back. But there is other options that, like I guess he could do. He could come
Well,
back down to
yeah.
look at Rikus. I know that was something that he was looking at, and then if he wants to move up, it's only Tom Aspinall fight that I would love to see, but I don't think he can be as active as he wants to be in that heavyweight division because they so, I guess, far and few between. Like we rarely see good heavyweight fights, and the heavyweights that is there, like they're not as skilled as Tom Aspinall, which is why he's the champion because he's a well-rounded fighter. But the rest of them, it's like you good at one thing, and that's about it.
Mm. BJ, any thoughts on the future year of the division?
Yeah, you used a key phrase saying that the division is now busted wide open. And I'm inclined to agree with that, to be honest with you, just because Raska just got beat tomorrow. Fantastic. Blahovic is coming back, he's fighting Carlos Uber. That's going to set up a title eliminator fight as well. Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree. It makes it wide open. So I would say an immediate rematch makes the most sense, but I also wouldn't be against him waiting to see how the division now plays out after that loss and then maybe make a decision there, because there are matchups that are in place that's coming up quite soon. So yeah, I'm in Alex's shoes. I'd campaign for immediate rematch, to be honest with you. But I also, at the same time, would really be surprised if the UFC and put in this camp that says, take maybe 4 months or so and then see, let the division move, and then you can call out someone in the rankings again. Because now, does this mean that Prochazka must fight? Because he was crying for the title shot, but I don't know if he can get it. You know what I mean? Because Alex, for me, deserves the immediate rematch. I think he did more than enough in the UFC to give him that kind of privilege to take the
Yeah.
rematch, especially because the fight, yes, Magomed won arguably four rounds to one, but Alex wasn't knocked out. You know what I mean? You could argue that maybe he was outstruck, maybe he was outperformed over the course of the 5 rounds. But I think that kind of fight for me, it highlights and it warrants a rematch. I want to see a definitive thing. And Alex being a B38 this year, he's probably going to say, "Listen, I want to have one more shot at this title." And after that, it's curtains. And I think the
I just
loss
don't
isn't
know.
going to, yeah.
Just sorry to interrupt you, VG. I just don't know if he wins the title of Ankalaev again, and then
Yeah.
we get the trilogy fight, and then after that, like we are hoping that there's new names in that rankings because Alex has beat them all definitively. Besides Ankalaev, he's the only one that he hasn't defeated. So if Alex does get that title back, like the division is on a pause, and if Alex then wins the trilogy, we not gonna what's next for him? We're gonna look at it and be like, this division is dead now because the champions ran through everybody and beaten
Yeah.
definitively.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see
look,
what Dana White comes up with.
it's liquid to speculate, and that's what makes this immediate rematch such a shit thing in a way, because it's like
Yeah.
it is deserved if he does get it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, it kind of does put a bit of a pause on things, but yeah, um, fair play to Uncle Live, and the division again is looking very interesting. I hope Uncle Live
It
wins
is.
again. and then the division will kind of be wide open. Because then I don't know what happens to Alex then. Because if he doesn't take the Ankalaev fight, who does he
Yeah.
fight? Like, give me a name. You know what I mean?
Well, if we look at the division as it is, the only fighter that doesn't have a fight that's in that top 7 is Alexander Rakic.
Why would he fight Rakic, bro?
I'm not saying he would. I'm saying that's the only one that
Yeah.
isn't that doesn't
But
have a fight.
I'm saying, give me a realistic name that you think he would fight.
Carlos
If
Ulberg if he wins.
If he
Because
beats,
that's
if
the
he
only
beats Blahovic, yeah. Yeah.
if that's the only fight Alex hasn't had so far.
But it's like I'm saying
But
I'm
Carlos,
saying in, I'm saying in a world where he doesn't want to fight for the light heavyweight anymore championship. You know what I mean? Because
Dricus,
if he does, the immediate thing is to say Ankalaev rematch. You know what I mean?
oh,
So that would be yes to light heavyweight. But if he says no to the Ankalaev fight, I don't see him wanting to fight anybody else in the division to now go back and fight Ankalaev again. You know what I mean?
back to
So
middleweight we
I
go.
don't think he gets the Dricus fight either after the loss, but I think he has to fight
yeah,
another
that's what I was
contender
going to
in the
say.
middleweight before.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm
So
more keen on middleweight fights.
I mean, I don't know, but it's actually a shitty position for him now if he doesn't want to take the Ankalaev fight because now he
Kind of
has
forced
to.
to take it.
Because either way he goes, either division he skips to, he has to fight the contender because he lost now.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So the Ankalaev
Shit.
fight is probably the most likely outcome again.
Yeah. It makes
Yeah,
sense.
he lost a
He
lot of
beat
bargaining
Prohaska
power when
twice.
he lost his title.
He beat
So,
Prohaska twice. He beat Blahovic
Oh.
once to a decision. There was a very close fight. Knocked out Jamalio. Beat Khalil round 3. Yeah, it's gonna be, you make a good point. It's difficult thing to go to a different division and still like have the power to pull for a title shot. He has to fight the contender first. But like I said, boys, the middleweight division is they are moving the names around because they are establishing good matchups in that top 7. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna be as boring as we think it is because rematches are happening or will happen. It's still gonna be exciting fights regardless. We can't feel a type of way when the same names stay on top because they winning their fights or they're just that good to stay on top. You know what I mean? It's not their fault that the guys below them aren't climbing the rankings as fast as they should or fast as we would like them to see different kind of names. But if we're being completely honest and looking at the bottom 8 of that division, that's a bunch of trash. That's all cock, all of it, all of them. That's useless fighters. So we're only really talking about the people from number 7 upwards. You know what I mean? And they all matched up against each other. They all got fights. Jamal versus Galerato, Blahovic versus Carlos Ulberg. The only guy who isn't fighting is Rakic. Rakic lost to Prohaska. Prohaska beat Jamal Hill. So Alex, I hate to love it. He's going to have to get the limited rematch or he's going to have to fight someone he already beat. Or he's going to have to retire at 38 years old, bro.
yeah, again, I just don't see why you would want to fight anybody else. So it's probably going to be the Ankalaev rematch or retire for me. I would say go fight Jake.
Has to move.
Go fight Jake Paul or something, bro. Go get you a money fight.
Yeah,
go do boxing.
do that
You know what
thing.
I mean?
But I'm not against. I've never been against seeing rematches unless it's like really tough fighters. But when you're on top of the food chain in your divisions and you guys are doing enough to stay there the whole time, I'm not against watching them fight each other with each other the whole time. It makes sense to me. So
if there's no other fight, that must be the fight. Yeah, you can't just avoid it because, like you said, the Oaks are at the top for such a long time. Yeah, fair play, fair play. But as you can see, quite a bit of discussion here, ladies and gentlemen. And if you have any thoughts, let us know in them comments. But boys, we're gonna go to the lightweight bout now, where we saw the former BMF champion Justin Gaethje defeat Rafael Fiziev by unanimous decision. So yeah, barn burner, absolute barn burner here, as advertised, pretty much. Very similar to the first fight. Let's be real. So Babu, this was the long anticipated of your boy Rafael Fiziev. How are you feeling now, bro?
Lekker, bro. Lekker. I'm happy to see he came back. He came back stronger. That first round showed he did a little bit of work in the off season. Came back with the new skills. So yeah, I just need to see him own that in. But yeah, happy to see him back in the solid performance. Uh, he, it did go the same as the first fight. From the second and third round, but I felt like he looked like a different fighter from those two fights. Um, Justin Gaethje, beautiful performance from him, coming back from getting flatlined and seeing his face down, ass up everywhere on every platform. So I think he played a dangerous game, got burned, and then to come back and put on a performance like this was a beautiful display. Um, yeah, I think Gaethje just had a solid game plan, showed showed different like how what it is to be in there with like a top five contender, and Fiziev just needs to get a couple of fights under his belt before he goes back into that top five and look for somebody there.
Mm-hmm. Nicely done, Babu. Yeah, again, great fight. So PG from your side, bro.
Yeah, like you said, but Eddie, it was a almost identical carbon copy of that first fight. Babu, I think why we saw that difference from Fiziev in that first round, 2 weeks notice, bro. He wasn't training 7 months in advance for the Gaethje fight. You know what I mean? He took this fight literally as an opportunity as the arrived on his doorstep. So I kind of felt that similar to how we were describing Peram Karate in the one championship. So Fiziev only had that one round. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna try and get Gaethje out of in the first round. And that's why the pace was so intense at first round. Landed 2 takedowns. We never seen Fiziev land any takedowns. He landed 2 takedowns. So that told me like he's gonna push the pace hard. Gaethje did say before the fight, he said, I'm gonna go hard on this one. I'm gonna push the pace from the very beginning. Because he felt it was a bit slower in the first fight. And he did that, and he came back very hard in that second round. I think he landed a knockdown in the second round. It was the end of the first round, that uppercut.
End of the first.
End of
No,
the
second,
first, and
second, second,
Second.
second, second, second.
yeah, and he just looked fabulous about the uppercut. Like he had Fiziev looking all sorts of trouble. I mean, early in the first round, Gaethje landed 3 hard low kicks. He got counted on the third one, but Fiziev didn't like any of it. You see, he immediately switched the stances, stayed that way, and yeah, I think Gaethje, what I noticed, where I felt a little bit concerned for him was he pushed the pace really hard that second round, and in the third round he looked a little bit tired, and Fiziev came back within the first minute to 2 minutes of that third round. I would say he won that first half of the third round actually coming back quite strong, which I have to commend him for. And then Gaethje again just got his second win, put the pace on him again, stronger in the clinch, uppercuts on the clinch, hard high kicks, low kicks. But very much a back and forth fight, like we said in the first one. But Gaethje just slightly edging it, cleaner strikes, slightly more strikes as well. And he didn't have worse for wear. He was actually a little bit cleaner at the end of the ball. And ultimately, I think it was a well deserved win for Justin Gaethje, and to fight someone who almost beat him in the first fight. Very dangerous guy, fighting him on a short notice fight. You know what I mean? Gaethje was putting himself into a sticky situation again, and this time he came out on top. So I'm very happy for him. Also very happy for Fiziev. I think we will see a better Fiziev when he fights someone after full camp, not on a 2 weeks notice.
Mm-hmm. Fair play. So, Babu, Justin Gaethje title shot, yay or nay?
Yay, yay, yay.
Yay. PG, Justin Gaethje title shot, yay or nay?
um, I'm gonna say yes only because Charles Oliveira and Sarukian don't have a fight, and they ranked above him.
Mm.
That's the only
Yeah,
reason it's motivating it. Otherwise, I would
yeah.
have actually gone Gaethje versus Sarukian,
Mm.
Oliveira versus Makhachev. That's what I would have done.
Babu, thoughts, general? Would you stick?
Uh,
Yeah.
swap it. So I would
Stop
swap
it.
what BG says. So Sarukian title shot Charles Gaethje fight, because Sarukian, if we're looking at the X's and O's and being technical, Sarukian does deserve the title shot. He is the one that's been stringing like contenders together and just putting them away, and then like if we believe in the media, he hurt himself, and then he hurt himself, so he couldn't fight, bruh. So like you know what I mean? If we're being technical as per the media, like this one hurt himself and he's just been winning. Like he deserves it.
one bullshit.
But
I believe it.
I mean, I would just like to see Gaethje get another crack at the title because
Me too. Me too.
I think he's older, he deserves it. Like he's worked extremely hard. And I would like to see the top 3 fight Makhachev. Which one gets it done? I think the most competitive fight is probably Sarukian, and that's the only
Sarukian,
reason I
yeah.
want to see that fight. Because
But you see, Barbara,
I've seen Gaethje Islam, I've seen Gaethje Charles. Like, I mean, they don't have anything for Islam, bro.
I'd love to see it. I mean, the only fighter Islam has in port is Gaethje. He didn't fight Gaethje in that top part, top 6, top 7. In fact, the whole division. Charles
But
Oliveira and
Caleb
Gaethje are
got
the
the
same
job
age.
done.
The
Anybody
average
Caleb
different guy.
beat fought already. The next
Nah.
gen is gonna do worse.
You see, Sarukian, 28 years old, missed weight, not got injured, missed weight. Charles Oliveira, 36 years old. Justin Gaethje, 36 years old. They fought each other already. Charles must fight Sarukian. Gaethje, Gaethje must fight Sarukian. Charles fights Islam one more time. If Charles loses there, at least you had 2 chances, you're done. Gaethje, 1 more chance. If he beats Sarukian, he gets the title shot. Sarukian can wait because he's got more years. And I think he missed the weight, bro. The injury came literally on the same day of the fight. I was like, come on, don't talk shit here.
Yeah, it depends
Oh,
on
you
how
beat
much
my boy
stock you
Dan
put.
Hooker. The
Yeah,
fight,
there we
bro.
go.
Okay.
My guy
Justin
legit
Gaethje
got hurt.
versus Justin Gaethje
He
versus
legit
Islam.
in the hospital.
And then we go Dan Hooker versus Charles Oliveira. And then we do Ilya Taporia versus Arman Sarukian.
Oh, yeah. Chat to me, BG. Chat to me.
I don't know. Who's Dustin fighting you over there?
Max
Dustin,
Holloway has
he's
beat
done, bro.
Diamond fight.
Dustin fights. Yeah, I don't know.
Dustin's dusted, bro. That man got beat by Kalabib and he got beat by Islam. He had 2 cracks at the title and fumbled in both.
3. He had 3 cracks at the title. Not 2, 3. He fought Charles as well and lost.
Yeah, but like you said, it's not his fault that he's still at the top of the division, but then he's still winning. It's not his fault.
Yes.
Gotta give him the
He
title.
has
Dustin wants to retire.
Give Justin Gaethje the title shot because he hasn't fought Islam yet.
Yes.
You know what I
That's
mean?
what I'm saying.
All of them
That's what I'm
also have.
saying.
And he's gonna retire soon, so just give it to him, bro. Come on, Dana.
That's
Get
what I'm
it done.
saying.
But I do want to
You
see
gave it to
Luka
Dustin.
Gaethje before the retirement.
Yeah, I gave it to Dustin also. Sorry, what's that, Baba?
I do want to see Luka Gaethje before retirement.
Yeah, if he loses,
That is pure violence.
if he loses against Islam, I would say that can be his last fight. Okay, Dan Hooker.
Yeah. I can see it.
Fair. All right, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comments. Of
We'll
course,
touch back on this division.
yeah, there's a lot to talk about in this division.
It's because there's so many good fighters.
Super stacked division, yeah. But okay, boys, we will then keep it going, and we'll go to another great fight here, in the lightweight division where we saw Ignacio Bahamondes defeat Jalen Turner by a 2nd round sub. And yeah, Ignacio looked good. Was surprised by the method of victory. I was expecting KO. But the boy got a sub, so BG. Tell people what you saw here, please, bro.
Yeah, I was also surprised by the method of victory. I thought he was going to stay in the pocket with Jalen Turner, but Jalen actually shot on him. Jalen is one who actually shot the takedown. It wasn't Ignacio that was shooting for the takedown. Ignacio was prepared to stay in the pocket and strike warfare with him, and Jalen Turner shot for the takedown. And Ignacio didn't look like he was actually worried at all. He looked like he was having, I think the word I used was he was active from the bottom. He didn't lay there. He didn't just stifle and hold until the referee stood them up. He was working from the bottom, not working to get to stand up. He was working to end the fight. He was throwing the 12 to 6 elbows to the head, turn upward elbows. He was just being hell of aggressive, and he utilized the body triangle to actually navigate Jalen Turner, and he was using the hips really well, and then gentle attack to get up to actually disengage because he realized he didn't want to be there anymore. Ignacio, slicker than slick, faster than fast, locked up that triangle choke, tapped him out within seconds, and it was only half a round when all of this happened. It was explosive 2.5 minutes between these two athletes, and they put on a very, very good fight for us to watch. Highly entertaining. And like I said, my boy Bahamondes is just going to get it done. I said it's round 2, but it wasn't round 2. Unfortunately, not parlay back, but he did get the job done where I predicted he was going to do it. Was going to finish Jalen Turner. And yeah, fabulous stuff. I'm looking very much forward to the future of Ignacio Bahamondes. And we just spoke about this lightweight division. It's super stacked. This is a talent for the division. I just can't wait to see more of him. I really can't.
Is he ranked now? Does he go into the rankings?
I don't know. Hey. I don't think so.
Unless Benway Sinton, he's gonna fall out. Or Grant Dawson.
Yeah.
I don't even know who Grant Dawson is, bro. Never heard the name before. Man. I've never heard that name before, bro.
Nobody knows, nobody gives
a That's the one that's in his wife have.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, oh you keep yeah, I remember now. Okay. So that why is that man here, bro? I never seen him fight.
He's on a 3-fight win streak, I think, or 4.
I give his spot to Ignacio, bro. Or Saint Denis probably gonna fall out, I imagine. And then he might take the 15th rank.
Yeah, or he might get Santoni next.
Somebody has to come out there because not the next fight, the fight afterwards.
He called out Benil.
Needs to be in there.
Yeah, he called out Benil Dariush.
Which was clever because he can bypass all this minor.
Yeah. I mean, Benwan Santoni's on the loss. Grant Dawson is on a 3-fight winning streak. Jalen Turner just lost now. That's 2 fights that he lost in a row. Paddy Pimblett is fighting against Michael Chandler. Fiziev just lost now. Mokana lost his last fight. And Dariush lost his last fight. So it's a good call out in my eyes.
Yeah, it's a great call out, I think. A great performance in the octagon and on the mic. But yeah, just how weird is it that Michael Chandler is ranked 7th, bro? Crazy.
No, because he also lost.
Yeah, he's only won like 3 fights in his whole UFC career or something. Yeah, but anyway, that's a topic of discussion for another day. Any final thoughts here, boys? Anything about Jalen Turner, maybe? Maybe he fights Saint Denis next.
Yeah, Grant Dawson. He's going to have to fight down, unfortunately.
Grant Dawson.
I don't even care about this fight, to be honest with you. Do you want to watch that?
Watch that, bro. Do you want to watch Jalen
Grant Dawson played
Grant Dawson? Nah.
Grant Dawson played centre back for Spurs not too long ago.
That was Mike Dawson, bro.
It was Mike Dawson, yeah.
This is his cousin's injury. But anyway, we'll keep it moving and we'll go to a woman's strawweight bout here. Amanda Lemos defeating Yasmin Lucindo by unanimous decision. And yeah, mirror match. We were saying on the match. So BG, what did you mean by that mirror match?
So yeah, I'm sure audiences out there will know the term comes from obviously from a gaming space when you play each other with the same character or same team or whatever the case may be. And I'm saying that because these athletes literally have got the exact same style. They're just 10 years apart in age. They strike exactly the same. The stances are identical. They both like to get in close for takedowns if they think they need to go there. Both got a very good submission game. And for that reason, I thought the fight was going to be stifled. I thought Lucindo was actually going to win the fight just because she was going to maybe be a little bit more, had more gas in the tank. But Amanda Lemos with experience, and she was a lot more powerful than Lucindo. Utilized that to get the victory. She in every single round she landed the takedown of her own Lemos. And when she did land the takedown, she had control, whether it was top control or side control. She had control over Lucindo for the remainder of that round. Every time she did that, ultimately won the fight. There weren't many strikes thrown in the totality of the fight. They were standing and very through at each other. A lot of hand fighting, a lot of distance management. And when they're on the ground. When Lucindo landed the takedown, she didn't throw any strikes for submissions. when Amanda Lemos got her takedowns, for first takedown in round 1, she threw a lot of elbows. And then in round 2 and round 3, she just lowered control work, which made for a little bit of a snooze fest. It was a little bit boring after that. But, I mean, what can you expect when the fighters are pretty much identical and kind of compatriots in the sense they come from Brazil? They will hug each other like they're best friends afterwards. So it kind of left a bit of a not the sour taste, but you ask yourself, oh, do you want to watch these guys fight again? And they top ranked at 7
I
and
don't
5.
even
So
care
just
about this fight, to be honest with you. Do you want to watch that?
No, for real, it doesn't look good for the strawweight division because you top 10, you top 5. You know what I mean? You need to put it on a show here. You need to make people want to watch more of your strawweight division, and that kind of performance is not going to bring the fans to the women's strawweight division. So, yeah, I'm gonna cut it right there. I don't want to say anything else before I become a bit more sour about it.
Yeah, look, terrible fight for me. It was very boring. Just very forgettable. And like BG said, these ladies should be putting on better performances considering they are ranked fighters in the division. So yeah, Babu, any thoughts from you here?
Nah, I missed this fight. Sorry, Baroski.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh
But yeah, no,
yes.
no worries. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comments your thoughts on this one. So yeah, BG, I think very briefly we can just talk about the future of the women's strawweight here before we
Yes,
move
sir.
on. So we'll just go to that. Zhang Wei Li, of course, the dominant champion here. So yeah, well, you mentioned you don't see another title shot on the cards for Amanda Lemos.
Yeah,
So,
because
yeah,
she lost
go.
to Varina Jandarova.
Mhm.
She lost to her. I think she beat Jessica Andrade, or she lost to Jessica Andrade. So the woman above her, basically, she lost to most of them. I think Shannon also beat her. Whaley also beat her. So it's like she's gonna have to go through another murderous row if she's gonna want to get another title shot, which I don't think is gonna happen soon because Whaley is holding out for the Valentina Shevchenko fight. Shevchenko's obviously gonna have to fight against Manon Ferro first. If she wins that fight, we know we're gonna get the title versus title. But for Amanda Lemos, I think she's 37. So yeah, it's gonna be harder for her to kind of climb it. And this is her last run. And also beating Lucindo doesn't guarantee you a title shot. You know what I mean? Lucindo's ranked number 7. So beating her wasn't going to shoot her up the rankings. You know what I'm saying? I think Marina Jandarova should be the next in line. Because she's the one that's been on a bit of a run. She hasn't lost in a very long time. But Amanda Lemos, for her to make another title run, she's gonna have to beat a star that's really moving through the rankings. And Mackenzie Dern is that athlete. She's the one who turned the career around after losing so back to back. She's now been on I think 2 or 3 fight streak at the moment, and she's climbing up the rankings. She's one ranking below Amanda Lemos. So Amanda Lemos, if I'm her, she's gonna have to either fight Jessica Andrade. If she doesn't get Jessica Andrade, she's probably most likely going to get Mackenzie Dern after that. I don't think the UFC's gonna feed her someone like Tatiana Suarez or Jandarova or even China.
But yeah, okay, ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comments your thoughts on that one and the women's strawweight division in general. But up next, we'll go to a lightweight bout, and the picture on your screen now tells you everything you need to know about this one, ladies and gentlemen. Mauricio Ruffy heel kicking Bobby Green into the shadow realm. Flatline is the word. Flatline is what it was. So yeah, first round KO style points to the max. Babu, this is of course guy you've been hyping up for a long time. So you probably feeling pretty good about this one. What did you see here, bro?
I saw a beautiful timed heel kick that surely calls a career done for King Green, bro. Back to back against 2 prospects. Away not a good place.
Yeah,
Hang it up, bro. Especially like after something like that. It looked like it landed. I think from this angle, I thought it grazed him, but then from the other angle, like when they showed the replay, I was like, oh shit! Like he got full connection on this, and that's why he bounced off the cage and then face down. Shout out my boy. My boy needs like a top 7 fight, but like
Mm.
15-7. Feed him anybody. He deserves to be in that rankings, bro. These give him Grant Dawson there that nobody knows about. If Jalen Turner has no fight, come fight Mauricio Ruffy to get him into that rankings. He deserves to be in the rankings because I think from a personal standpoint, he has top 5 skills. And he is like you anybody in that top 5 that you match up against Mauricio Ruffy. I'm not saying you'll win, but you will have a good fight and competitive fight. They're not gonna walk through him. And the camp that he comes from, everybody's on a streak at the moment.
Mm.
Like finding words or taking over. It's just whether you believe it or not. And you have to believe it after every fight. One of the fighters put on a clinic of display. And it just shows like other camps are not up to speed because they every fighter is putting the opponent away, not getting decisions. They finishing opponents in definitive like manner. It's not a question of when. I mean, it's not a question of who's next. It's just when is my boy gonna get the title shot? How long from now?
Yeah, it's mad because now that you mention it, like I don't remember ever seeing anyone from your camp losing in the whole of last year into this year. I don't know when any of them lost the fight there.
Yeah.
So yeah, another one for the fighting nerds. Like I said, star points to the max. BG from your side, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it was the obvious prediction on the card. We said he was gonna end in Green. I said in the preview, this is gonna be the retirement fight for King Green here. He's way too old. These guys are young, they're fresh, they're looking like they want to get a title. They want to change the game of MMA completely, and King Green is of the old guard. So I think it's a bit too late for him to even catch up to these athletes still up to date. And the manner in which this fight ended was that stamp exactly that. It's like you guys need to like back it up now. Let's bring in a new generation of athletes. And Mason Ruffy is one of them. He's one of those guys on that wave. And with a performance like that, I don't know if he can get top 5 Bible, but I do believe that he's putting himself in a position to be undeniable. Just like Ignacio
I think
Bahamondes.
anybody from number 8 downwards, anybody, he deserves anybody.
Yeah.
I think he could
Hammer
even
or
fight.
down.
He could even fight Michael Chandler if he loses to Paddy.
Yeah.
Paddy don't even deserve to be number 12, bro. My boy deserves to be number 12 after the performances that he's putting together.
I mean, Paddy's been
Yeah.
on a run, bro. Can't take
Yeah,
away
but Paddy
that.
fights once every year.
Yeah, but he's winning, man. You know the UFC is gonna always try and find the next golden lighty, and he throws a lot of
But
eyes
didn't
from
Paddy
the
like
UK.
have that controversial decision against who was it? Joe Gordon
Jared
or
Gordon, yeah.
yeah.
Jared Gordon beat him. Yeah,
There's
definitely.
no debate here about my boy.
Nah,
The only debate is what round is he gonna finish it.
that would be
That's
the
the only
buzz,
debate.
yeah. I don't disagree, but I don't disagree. I mean, Paddy Pimblett, Tony Ferguson, can't even count that as a win, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Whack.
who else has he fought really? Jared Gordon beat him. So yeah. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, drop us a comment there. Let us know your thoughts on that. So yeah, we'll go to the prelims now. But just a reminder to please like the video and subscribe to the channel. So BG, I think let's just do some honorable mentions here, bro. Any specific fights you'd like to talk about there?
Yeah, so we watched the Joshua Van and Ray Tsuruya. We watched Bruno Ferreira versus Arnold Petrosen. With the one with Joshua Van and Ray Tsuruya, Ray was coming into the fight 10-0 and obviously wanted to wrestle, but looked like a fish out of water. He shot from very naked positions and basically made himself available to be hit every time. And Joshua Van did exactly that. Stuffed all his takedowns, counter strike when he needed to counter strike, and some really good hard, heavy hands. There was only one takedown, which looked fantastic from Ray Tsuruya. But yeah, I think at 23 years old, he needs to really go into a gym where they prioritize striking. You need to teach him something he doesn't know, because you can't be a striker like that and expect to become anything in the UFC. I think he's not going to make it anyway if he continues that way. As for Joshua Van, yeah, good to see him back. Good to see him on the win column. He's been in the UFC for quite some time. And yeah, always letting the 9 more flags, so big ups to that. And then Bruno Ferreira was the fight that I did tell Jedi to bet on. He didn't, unfortunately. I said he was going to get the job done there, and he beat big Armin Petrosian by a second round sub. It was an armbar, according to Eddie. It was really nice. That was the 2 fights I could go. Honorable mentions. I wanted to say Myron Santos, but I didn't watch it, unfortunately, so I would like to go and watch it back. I listened to his interview after the fight, and he did speak about getting hit by Francis Marshall, and it kind of made him rethink about his entries in his fight. He said he had to readjust a lot of what he needed to do because he didn't expect to be taken on someone who hit him as hard as Marshall did. So that was his words. So it makes me want to go and watch the fight back because I am hyping up Myron Santos quite a bit. It's no surprise he isn't fighting other fighting nerds.
I was also hyping him up, but what I will say, I did see the fight, and Myron Santos is not that guy. He's just not that guy. But he lost this fight. I don't know how the judges scored this fight for him, to be honest with you. This was daylight robbery. The crowd knew it. The commentators knew it. Myron knew it. He was guilty as sin on the mic. Everybody could see it. But he maintained that he won the fight, he said, but everybody could see. So if you haven't seen that fight, ladies and gentlemen, watch it back. Let us know your thoughts. But for me, that was daylight robbery. Alex Morono, Carlos Leal. I think Alex Morono, this was short notice. Carlos Leal. So Alex Morono did start as the biggest underdog on the card after Bobby Green. Carlos Leal basically came into the fight with the mindset of you are not on my level. Walked him down, and with some really beautiful boxing, just got him out of there in the first round. So yeah, really great performance by Leal, but you can't really say too much because it was short notice, and yeah, just maybe a skill difference there that was on display. And then Babu, your boy, getting redemption. Ozzy Diaz finally getting the job done here. His first victory in the UFC, unanimous decision against Jordan Santos. Jordan Santos started very well in the first round, but Ozzy Diaz came back. He was the better technical fighter, and I think probably the more experienced based on what I saw. But yeah, like I was saying to you, BG, crazy story about Jordan Santos. Before coming to the UFC, there was a stage in his life when he was sleeping in a dog's kennel. So that's crazy. Yeah. So just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, dreams do come true. So dream big.
Yeah.
And speaking of dreaming big, we are dreaming big. We are officially at 1,050 subscribers. So thank you so much. We are well on the way now to 2,000. But okay, boys, we're going to wrap it up now. I know we gave our ratings on stream, but maybe we could just do one final recap for the weekend and also just the final score for the card. PG.
Yeah, exciting card. It lived up to its hype. The athletes that we were excited to watch, they did what we thought they were going to do. Obviously, not so much for Alex, but still made it a fantastic fight. I can't score this below 8. I'm going to stick to what I said, 8.5 to 9 maybe. I'm going to go with 8.5. I can't go below that. I think it was a good display for the UFC.
They play BG. Babu.
Agreed. 8.5. Yeah, I think from the Bruno Ferreira fight I watched, and then missed the boring fight. So I have a good rapport with the squad. Yeah, 8.5 seems suitable. Beautiful fights all around. The fights that I did see go to decision was competitive. So my boy kicked somebody into the shadow realm, and then so good performance from Justin Gaethje, and then from Magomed Ankalaev. So yeah, excited. Something to talk about during the week. You know, that's how I look at the cards more often than not. Like, what highlights am I taking into the week with me, and can definitely talk about Ankalaev getting the job done.
Yeah.
Give thanks, Babu. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you have made it this far in the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. 2,000 subscribers, and we'd be very happy if you could help us make that happen. So, from myself, the very last time, BG, BB, all of us here at Fighting with Friends. See you next week. Bye, everyone.